Rawr. Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. We will be starting a new city today because unfortunately the previous city we were working with there, that old save file did get corrupted and is no longer available to anyone anywhere ever. So we're going to start off new here. However, that said, this time we do have access to both the After Dark After Dark add-on or expansion pack, as well as the Snowfall one, which I quite enjoy. Since we're kind of in the full swing of fall now, I thought we'd try the Snowfall mod as we get into the holidays and see how things go. So we have three options. We have Snowy Coast, we have Icy Islands, and Frosty Rivers. I'm feeling Icy Islands because I like bridges and bridge work and being able to build cool stuff like that. We're going to change the name from Springwood because that's entirely unacceptable to Snow Business. It's not a great name, but it's not going to be a permanent one. If you guys do have any suggestions for better city names, which I assume everyone must probably have one, please let me know in the comments and we'll see if I can get it updated. But yeah, for now we're going to take a look and figure out how we want to do this and what exactly we want to do with the city. But yeah, there's a lot of cool new features with the Snowfall mod, beyond just the visual stuff. It adds like new kinds of road maintenance for snow clearing and like a snow dump and that kind of stuff that you have to manage. Actual road maintenance itself to try to keep the roads from getting busted up and terrible and moving your traffic real slow. There's also the issue of heating now, which is going to be our kind of primary, it's going to be our primary problem. As you can imagine, people have to heat their homes. More often than not, they tend to do that with electricity unless you build some kind of geothermal or other option, which we're going to work on as time goes on. So you can see we have a new UI element. We have the thermostat here. So as we can see during the day, temperatures aren't too bad. It's going to spike even lower at night. I say not too bad because it's like a typical February day in Toronto, unfortunately. But yeah, so let's see how this is going here. Also, for those of you who are saying, why are you talking about the holidays? You're a crazy person. It's so early. You're not wrong. However, I thought this would be a good option coming off the heels of having... or not coming off the heels, but coming to the end of some of the Splinter Cell stuff, and considering that they haven't officially announced a new game for that, I wanted to move on to something that was a bit more relaxing, a little bit different. We will have some other videos coming out similar to that, probably in the Division, some more people hopefully, and we'll see how that goes. So we're just going to place a crappy little nowhere road here to unlock the glorious gravel roads. It's kind of a weird spot for the highway exit. It's just near our city border, which means things have to take a stark turn. We are going to go with the donut again, or the roundabout, as it's more accurately called. And from there, we'll figure out how we want to proceed forward and what kind of zones or zoning we want to do. So let's see. Instead of using a pre-made roundabout, I like to make my own. Good enough. Good enough. That's not going to be quite a circle. Let's go a little bit longer. That'll be closer to a circle. That won't be perfect. Oop, too hard. Civ 6 also comes out, or is coming out shortly. I may end up doing some videos for that. I really enjoyed Civ 5, although I never really learned how to play it properly. In that, I only ever played against the AI, because the multiplayer in that game was just so incredibly buggy. It was near impossible to get to work correctly. I wouldn't mind trying it, and we'll see how Civ 6 does. I'm hoping it's better than it was previously. Okay, so we got one-way roads coming off to allow our highway traffic. I like to offset them on an angle so it's never quite straight. Partially because it lets me fill this area with kind of cool visual stuff, and also it just makes me happy. So before we put anything down, we're going to go ahead and upgrade the roundabout to a one-way street. It's kind of the classic error I make with these. If you place like normal zones, it's not a problem. But as soon as you place like any kind of city utility, like a fire station or whatever, it just breaks everything because all of a sudden the road can't curve properly because it's got the front of the building on it. Whereas with the houses and stuff, it just adjusts without a problem. So I need to think about how we want to cut this zone up a bit. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to build our industry here to start because we don't have the highway tech yet. I guess we could kind of fake on-ramps and off-ramps with one-way roads. Maybe we'll put our industry on this island and kind of keep it, all the pollution and nastiness condensed there, and then keep this half to be like commercial deliciousness and then residential. That might be a good option. And make some kind of like Santa's workshop as we get closer to the dreaded C word. Up top in the, what I gotta call north, even though who knows. Yes, I think we'll do that. So quickly we're gonna figure out how we want to do the off-ramp here. By off-ramp, I of course mean the one-way road we're gonna forcibly make into an off-ramp. That seems to work okay. Is it just a stop sign, or no, not even? Okay. Huh. I wonder, well, I'm sure we'll find out why that doesn't count as an off-ramp, or why they're different, but I mean, right now, seems okay. Curved road. And we'll get that one to hook back up. So we both are on and off, we'll connect there. For these folks here, we're gonna come off, and we're gonna go vertical because it's a whole lot cheaper than trying to go horizontal, or not horizontal, rather deeper underground, as Jamiroquai once said. So this gets them off and then gets them back on for that direction. This gets them off, but getting back on is going to have to be a separate road, which we will also build more or less here. Come on. Yeah, it's not super pretty. But it works, kind of, for now at least. So we're gonna go gravel road. So this off-ramp, okay, so we're gonna connect these two. Oh, maybe we won't. I may have already goofed this up. This actually may not even be the smartest idea, considering we haven't actually placed anything on, oh, there we go, that's all right. We haven't really placed anything on the ground yet, in terms of like any kind of income generation. So let's go ahead and connect these two. So here's kind of our main highway connection drag, which we're gonna probably regret having made that way, but we can always change it later once we unlock better things. Space already occupied. Give me a road. That's okay. Is this facing the right direction? Yes. Okay, that one way is correct. That one way seems to be correct. This merges onto a two-way road. That's gonna be a little bit of a choke point, but it'll be okay for our current purposes. We get this one upgraded into this two-way. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna put our power station down on this bad boy. We'll immediately designate these as our first industrial. As traffic gets worse, we're going to have to get rid of them, but it should be okay for now. Industrial's going to get its own water tower. Welcome to Poison Town, which will run a pipe like so. And then the main town's going to get its own water tower saying, welcome to Good Town. And then we're going to have to figure out how we want to, no one cares the economy now, figure out how we want to do this out. Okay. So first things first, we'll get a standard street coming off, connecting to our cheeky kind of garbagey road here, and we'll probably just do a spindly outcrop from here. That should be okay to start. Pipes. As I mentioned, there's a lot of changes in this expansion. Heating is going to be a big issue, and it's going to chew our power up a lot faster than normal at first. Eventually, kind of encouraging us to switch to the geothermal and other heating options. And as you can see, we haven't unlocked any of these yet, and it also requires a pipe upgrade. Switching over to these can be really rough, just because the costs associated with them are huge. So we have, for instance, $100 per cell, so per grid, $100 to upgrade these pipes to heatable pipes, plus like 40 or 60k and 55k to actually make the heating plants, which is slightly bananas, and is going to become a real problem as budgeting goes on. We're going to designate these to be all of our initial residential areas, which should be fine. The other thing we have to run is power. And get power to the people. Oh, this budget's gonna be kind of close. That should be fine, and we can run a spur line off here. And then we need to figure out our sewage outflow pipe. It's all flowing in that direction. There's not much flow here, so we'll probably put it here. The reason being that I don't want to pollute the whole bay if we can avoid it. Because when you look, if we go back to it, the amount of flow in that direction versus this direction, I don't want that nasty brown water just to stagnate. I want to have it flow away until there's an opportunity for us to take better care of it later. And then from here, can we figure out a way? There we go. Boom. And we even have 5 grand left. So then we're going to unpause, kick this into high gear, and watch the people move in. Eventually. Okay, good. There we go. It's like, oh no, they're not moving in. All right. Houses going up. Doing all right with juice. And there we go. Our first little snow-covered, nice houses. Oh yeah, they think they don't have power because development hasn't squished all the way down yet. As the rest of these houses deploy... Actually, I probably would... Ooh, there's... Didn't think of that. We'll use the light commercial here to cheekily hook up our power. There, this should, once these develop, this should push the electricity all the way through the neighborhood. And there we go. Okay, cool. So they have power, they have water, they have sewage. You can see 8 megawatts of electricity for 250 people. It's tremendous. Oh man, we are already running quite the deficit. Which I guess isn't that surprising, all things considered, considering we just put this town together. So we're going to fill the ring road with businesses because I didn't leave enough spare cash to develop a separate and economic zone. Which is probably a bad one because it's on a one-way. And we'll see how this goes here. So we do have a bunch of residential that's not yet been developed. If we really need to, we can take out a loan. I don't want to do that just yet. Also, you can see we're starting to get a bit of a snowstorm. So because we haven't actually unlocked all the snow services yet, we won't get impacted by this. But over time, the roads do get snow covered, and you can kind of see it happening here. Hey, a little hamlet, there we go. Now we can make a snow dump. And the snow will have to get cleared by plows. So yeah, so that's fun. The good news we have about this too is that we can put all our dumps and snow dumps and stuff over in the industrial zone and keep our nice zone here clear. Which reminds me, we are going to soon... Oh, I got a little influx of cash for that too. We are soon going to have to start considering how we want to deal with garbage. I didn't actually check that road, did I? There we go. This is going to be a little bit of a weird, kind of slightly wonky... Oops, I don't want that. I want residential. Just going to pack some more taxpayers in here. There's nothing wrong with having more taxpayers. Okay, speed that up. And then we're actually going to try to build another road coming off the ring road here, which will become our expansion road. So eventually we'll have our commerce zone and then some more residential down on this end. These guys are saying they have no water, which they're not wrong. We'll deal with the snow dump once we get the pipes fixed. See, that's the other thing about the about trying to do the heating though, because we're gonna have to upgrade all these pipes. The game really punishes you for building wide versus building dense at the beginning because of the cost of pipe upgrading. Like you can easily drop 60,000 plus into doing a small town this size in terms of getting that heat going, which we are going to have to do eventually, but it's going to be a major thing we need to budget for, or alternatively take out a fairly substantial loan to take care of. So we're going to get our snow dump down since we are getting some snow-covered roads. While we're here and we have the cash, we'll throw a regular dump down as well. So these guys will service the region as a whole here for now. One advantage of putting these guys separately and kind of having these on-ramps, off-ramps is that the plows should be able to clear the ramps normally. One of the problems you have in some starting zones is by putting the dump in here, they have to drive who knows where to a switch station to come back around and clear it. But we should be okay. So we're starting, there we go, we got positive money, we got positive happiness, things are going okay. I think we'll call this first episode here for Snow Business, and I'll see you guys next time.